Y'all hear it?
Nope.
My bad.
It's all good.
Hold on.
I wouldn't even worry about it.
Yeah, don't you worry. Did you put us up on the ground, make sure they know we're going, or they ain't worry about it?
We didn't know
We
what
didn't
was
know.
going on.
Yeah, we didn't know. Didn't know.
Hold on. I know what I did wrong.
It's all good. Anyway, welcome
No,
to.
nah, I'm kicking it off.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah. Who the peso? Smoking mirrors uncut. Listen, it's smoking mirrors. Raw and uncut. It's smoking mirrors. You know what's up. It's smoking mirrors. Raw and uncut. It's smoking mirrors. You know what's up. Yeah. It's smoking mirrors. Raw and uncut. It's smoking mirrors. You know what's up. It's smoking mirrors. You know you hear us. Listen, smoking mirrors be the station. Them boys uncut raw, no hesitation. Just tune in, the vibes are so amazing. It's all real talk here, that's word to Jason. Shout out to J Lee, them boys on a mission. Gunning for the #1 spot, pay attention. Knocking out the competition, Sonny listen. In Detroit, serving game like a piston. Shot clock, jump shot, all net with a feeling. The squad set it off, cause a ride in the building. Syndicates of badness ain't suited for the children. And talk is cheap when they speak, you see millions. Turn it up one time. If you looking for smoke, then pull it up online. It's right there. Look in the mirror first glance, it's quite clear. That BMore got them scared like a nightmare. They blowing smoke through any city, take a flight there. And guaranteed to ring bells like a bike fair. Then Debo the whole set, they don't fight fair. Cause smoking mirrors gaining buzz like a light, yeah. You know? Raw on the cut, smoking mirrors, you know what's up. It's smoking mirrors, it's raw on the cut, smoking mirrors, you know what's up. Yeah, it's smoking mirrors, raw on the cut, smoking mirrors, you know what's up. It's smoking mirrors, you know you hear us.
What's up?
Yo, what is going on, my people? What's up, my fellas, my kings? What's good?
Chilling.
That's good.
Yeah, well, welcome to another episode of Smoking Mirrors Uncut Live. You know who we have here. My boy J Lee,
What's good?
my boy Detroit,
Ch.
and yours truly, BMore. Now, as far as what's going on right now, I know we've been a little silent on our IG, on all our platforms. And I think the times are really telling us why we are a little silent at this point in time. It's some things that are just more important than being on. That's right, Black Lives Matter. I see you out there, Gordon. And things that's more pressing than a podcast, but we also want to make sure that we bring to y'all what we normally do. You know, talking about current topics, making sure that we're as real as we can be with y'all.
True.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna set it off with my boy Detroit because I know he got some things that he'd like to address.
First and foremost, I would like to thank all the people that was out in the front, walking, talking that real shit. I'm talking about the rebellion. The media like to call it riots. I like to call it the rebellion. It's the rebellion against the system that's systematically against us. So fat shouts out to y'all. We're making moves. We're making progress. Let's keep it up. Let's keep the movement going. And Black Lives Matter, man. It was evident. It was evident about 9 days ago, we saw a man live on video murdered. And that was probably the hardest thing I ever watched in my life. I cried. And I'm sure a lot of other people cried.
Sure. Yeah.
But now let's not just use his name as a hashtag. George Floyd will change the world. He will change this world. His name will be remembered forever. So don't use his name in vain. Don't use his murder in vain. Let's get after it. Let's get after it. So on that, I would like to talk about the NFL a little bit. All right. First and foremost, I'd like to talk about Roger Goodell and their statement they came out a couple of days ago saying how they support the rebellion, support the protests, support the movement. Come on, Roger. Who you fooling, man? Who you fooling? In 2016, there was a man that peacefully protested. First, the man sat down, right? First, he sat down on the bench. Then he talked to a Army vet. The Army vet said, please, could you just take a knee rather than sitting down? I find it more disrespectful by you sitting down. Just take a knee, because that's what we do. If we lose somebody on the battlefield, we're taking a knee for that. We're taking a knee for that soldier. Mr. Colin Kaepernick said, fine, I'll do that then. He took a knee, and from there on, he was ostracized out of the league. They took his message and broke it up and made it to what they wanted to make it to. Not what the message was really about. It's about what we saw 9 days ago. That's what the message was about. So Roger Goodell, you had an opportunity, man. In 2016, you had an opportunity. But like I said, you ostracized that man and kicked him out of the league. Now you want to make a statement saying that we support the movement? Man, please. Man, please. And I saw plenty of NFL players saying the same thing. Man, please. You have a problem in NFL. You can't even hire minority coaches. You have 2 minority GMs. You have 4 minority head coaches. You have 1 minority owner. Who you kidding, man? Who you kidding? I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. And I know my co-hosts, they with me.
Oh, for sure.
They're sick and tired of it too.
Yeah.
So don't make a mockery of this. Because that's what you're doing. Now today, Drew Brees is coming out talking shit too. Drew Brees talking
what?
about, yeah, Drew Brees talking about,
Let me hear this, because Drew was definitely on the other side.
yeah, Drew Brees had the audacity to come out of his mouth today on video with Yahoo Finance. They asked him a question about Cap and his kneeling. You know what he said?
What'd he say?
The man had the audacity to say he doesn't want his teammates kneeling. He don't want that.
Today?
It's not a good look. Absolutely. It's not a good look. He don't want his teammates kneeling. He doesn't support that.
Okay, my bad. What's the name? Somebody just posted up a picture of him kneeling, holding like his players' shoulders and stuff.
It's a hypocrite.
When so ain't that what they do when somebody's injured on the field?
That's what they do.
Right. Yeah.
So now when he's questioned about it now, he says he don't support that. That's not what he wants. He brought it back to the flag again. He's saying it's disrespectful to the flag.
Man,
But see, this is what kills me when people say it's disrespectful to the flag. The things that these police are doing is disrespectful to the flag.
Absolutely.
All of this
Absolutely.
stuff is disrespectful to the flag, but they always want to bring the flag up in all these situations, which makes no sense to me.
Look, Drew Brees, please, man. you know how many brothers you got on your team, man, that look like us three, that help you get paid, that help you break all those records,
I don't know how they get by.
Help them
now,
get a ring.
help you get a ring. Now you have the audacity to get on TV and have an interview and say you're not down with us on a peaceful protest by taking a knee because we're disrespecting the flag. Come on, man. If you ain't on our side, you against us. You ain't with us, you against us, Drew.
And blank.
Bottom
Ain't
line.
ain't no middle ground on that.
Ain't no middle ground.
Nah,
Bottom
not
line.
for me at least. Not for me, it ain't.
And on top of that, BMore, you're a vet. You're a Marine vet.
Exactly. And believe me, I go in when it comes to other people that I was in service with, because generally you find that they're more on the other side, which
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with, you
Yeah.
know. And some people understand. And like I've told many people, I never get upset at somebody not understanding where I'm at, you know, understanding how I feel, you know,
Yeah.
and my plight. And the reason for that is because sometimes it's very difficult for people to see unless they're put in it. You know, I used this example before. My mom used to tell me stuff all the time, right? I ain't get it at all, right? I'm talking, you know, like 20 years later when I got my own kids, I'm like, oh, that's what she's talking about. It wasn't
Yeah.
until I was in that position myself that I understood where she was at and exactly how she felt. You see
Yep.
what I'm saying? So that's why I never get upset at people that don't get where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I try. I would hope that you would listen. I would hope that you would sympathize. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But if you don't get it, I'm not mad at you
Yeah.
because you're not there. And
Yeah.
sometimes it takes a little bit more for you to see, no matter how wise or knowledgeable you are. Sometimes it takes for you to go through it until you can actually understand.
Yep.
You know?
You're
So
absolutely right.
but what you won't do, what I don't like is when you start passing judgment on those people when you've never been in that position. That's what I don't like. And that's what I will speak against.
Yeah.
Do I agree with looting? No. Do I agree with rioting? No. But guess what? I ain't passing judgment on them either because
Right.
I ain't them, and everybody shows their anger in a different way. Everybody's in a different place in their life. I don't know where they are. I don't know why their anger or what their position is that's making them do whatever it is that they do.
Yeah.
But I ain't passing judgment on them either.
Right. Right. Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Now, on that note, I'll say that a lot of times I'll speak on issues with people that don't even know me, right? And the first thing they want to do is they want to give praise to the military. And then all of a sudden, I tell them I did military time. Then it's their whole position changed. The whole position changed. Oh, well, I appreciate da da da. Why does it take that for you to listen to me? Why does it take that for you to finally open up your ears and see what I'm talking about? It
Yeah.
shouldn't take that. You know what I mean? You think I don't love my country? Yes, I do.
Yep.
Most definitely I do. But you think I don't love people that look like me? Most definitely I do. Or else I wouldn't love myself. I care for everybody, period. But right now, the people that's having a problem and the people that's been having a problem are black and brown people, people that look like me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What you got on that, Jay?
Yo, I think that this the most emotional I've actually been in a while.
And you know what? I don't mean to cut you off,
No, you
but
straight.
this podcast is going to be like that today. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Because we've dealt with a lot. We've dealt with a lot for the past month. You know what I mean? So this podcast is going to be like, it's going to be emotional. We're going to feel a certain type of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just that, I couldn't even watch the video, honestly. I watched a little bit of it, but I really didn't want to see the final outcome of it. But it's just getting old. It's getting old. I mean, you can look up videos like this, and it's countless of them online of brothers losing their lives for just senselessness, and that's just the ones we got on video.
Yeah.
That's not counting all the other, I don't know how many, that there was no cameras on.
Yep.
You know, like somebody just posted up a picture of all the black men and women that have been killed by the police department, and it was astounding. It was astounding. Like, it was a lot. And if you look at a lot of those backstories, it's not them fighting the cops. It's not. It's getting shot in the back, cops busted in your house, killing you by accident. Like, when do they get their justice?
Yep.
You know. Now
Yep.
I know. Now I know they did. They just what? They upped the charges today.
Yeah. The what's his name? I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm not even saying his name.
Right.
But they upped it up to a second-degree murder. The other
Right.
guys got
I know they arrested.
heading and abating, right?
Right. Yeah. So
They arrested the other three too.
yeah,
Yeah.
they arrested the other three.
Yep. Yep.
Let's hope something happens out of this.
Yeah, because I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a problem
Right.
if
Yeah.
this don't go the way
Yeah.
you feel it should go.
Yeah.
And
I'll tell you. Yeah. I don't mean to cut you off, B. I'm just.
no, you good. You good,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Go
It's
ahead.
just-
Talk.
Hey, I'm gonna get back to this Drew Brees real quick, man. Bruh, so you're offended when someone takes a knee because they're disrespecting the flag because you feel like your grandfather, your uncles with the war, and you get emotional about it when you hear it and you listen to it and it reminds you of you honoring them. Okay, but that flag doesn't mean that to everybody. It means something different to everybody.
But that's the crazy part. You say that, yo.
And Drew, if you so mad about people disrespecting the flag, right? So when you see it on a bikini, be mad. When you see it on a cereal box, be mad. Because they might be desecrating the flag.
Mm-hmm.
Be mad when you don't see it flying on a flagpole.
When you talk about the codes,
Yeah, that's the code, right? Am I right or wrong, B?
you talk about the real codes.
Am I right or wrong, B? All that stuff, you're desecrating the flag.
I mean-
if it's not flying on the flag on a flagpole, it's considered desecrating, right?
Even if we want to be technical with this, right? And you want to say you're doing this for your people that served in the military. Your people served in the military for everybody. That flag does not represent people just in the military. That flag represents everybody, every citizen, everybody, period.
Facts.
So when you talk about you don't want to do that because it's disrespectful to the military, first of all, that ain't true at all because the military fought for the very right for you to be able to do whatever you want. That's just so
Yes.
such an oxymoron.
Facts.
It's just stupid,
But it's
man.
their
You,
excuse.
you don't want to do
That's
it.
their
It ain't-
excuse.
It is an excuse. That's all it is. And I don't
Yeah.
like excuses. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me the real reason. I'd rather you tell me you don't care about black people. Just say it out loud, man.
Say it out loud.
Or just don't care
Don't
about nobody
hide.
that looks that if they don't look like you. They don't care about
Exactly.
them.
That's what you
Yeah.
need to say. You know what I mean? That's what
So
you need
so
to say.
so let me ask you a question, Drew Brees. I hope you find up listening to this thing too. So you play down
I'll get
south.
at
In,
'em.
yeah, you're down south in Louisiana. What flag flies high down south?
Oh, yeah. You already
Huh,
know
Drew?
that. You already know that.
Huh, Drew?
Does he have
How
a
you
problem with that one? Does
How
he
you
have
feel,
a problem
Drew?
with that
Huh?
flag?
Let me hear you, Drew. You have a problem with that one, Drew? I don't hear you talk about that flag, huh?
Nah. Nah, I ain't got a problem with that one.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Drew. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. You don't have a problem with it because you never talked about it. You'll never bring it up, Drew. You'll never will.
Nope.
She said, "Do y'all listen to Grant?" Shalice Sharp said, "Do y'all listen to Grant Cardone?"
I haven't heard of him.
You haven't
Nah.
heard? I haven't heard of him either.
Uh-uh.
Nah.
No, I haven't. Sorry.
Now Nicole said, "How come it wasn't an issue when Tim Tebow kneeled all over the field?"
Oh, because he's Tim Tebow, Nick.
Because he's doing it. Jesus.
He's Tim Tebow, Nick. He can do no wrong.
It ain't even about Tim Tebow. Yeah, me and you, we not too far away in age. What do you do on a football field? You kneel all the time.
All the time.
Kneel. You ain't in the game right now, kneel. Get on the knee.
Yep.
All the time.
Yep.
Like, all the time, brother.
Yo, bro, it's a joke, bro. It's a joke.
Yeah, it is
It's
a joke.
man. Like,
but listen, I think that it's because people don't really realize how black people actually feel. Like we don't get that tingly sensation when the Pledge of Allegiance is being played and all sort of stuff. We don't get that feeling because we never felt like we were actually treated like we belonged here. So I think that's why there's like a miscommunication and everything. And they think that we don't care, but no, we care.
No,
This is why we get angry.
I think it's more than that because just off simple logic that we're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
You say you have a problem with taking a knee, and we can easily see the hypocrisy in that. Like, bro, this is simple. Like, just say what it really is. I get at people about that all the time. Say what it really is. Don't try to give me some sidetrack. Oh no, it's because X, Y, Z. You know, nah, man. Say how you really feel. At least if that's how you feel, say that. Be a man and say how you really feel. Cause I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? It ain't like the NFL gonna get rid of you if you say you don't like black people.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So say how you really feel.
Say how you feel, man.
Let your teammates understand how you feel.
Yep. And you know what?
Stand on your 2 feet and say how you really feel.
Yep. And Drew's teammates were going at him too on Twitter.
Really?
Killing him. He in trouble right now. They killing him right now. Like, dude, you wilding for even saying something like that. Like, why would you say that? That's I don't understand it. And then Pete Carroll, right? Pete Carroll was on a podcast with Steve Kerr and Greg Popovich. They were on a podcast, and they were talking about what's going on right now, right?
Uh-huh.
And remember, Cap had an opportunity to go to Seattle after he was released by San Francisco. And the talks were, let's bring him in, work him out, and possibly sign him up as a backup to Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
But the talks blew up and he wound up not working out for him, right? So on that podcast, Pete Carroll was saying how we kind of missed the boat and we kind of owe Cap a lot because he stood up for something that he believed in and nothing distracting from that belief. And he's saying how we owe him a lot. So this is what I challenge Pete Carroll with. Pete, you had an opportunity to sign that man. If you really believed in what he was doing in 2016 and 2017, Pete, why didn't you sign him as a backup quarterback? Because you caved into the almighty shield, Pete. Be different, Pete. Be different, Pete. If you're saying that we owed him a lot based on what we see right now in America right now, why can you sign him, Pete? If you were so different and so transparent when you were at USC with the Trojans as their head coach, you were so fun and so active, right? Bucking the system of the NCAA, and people love how he bucked the system. How come you didn't sign Cap as the backup quarterback then when all this stuff was going on? If you really believed in what he was doing, now all of a sudden Rome is burning, and now all of a sudden you want to stand with us? Come on, Pete.
I'm not saying that ain't it, but that message also might be coded. It might be.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm with you. I got 5 people over top of me that are like, You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
You don't know.
But Pete has a lot of control. A lot of control.
I agree with that.
So
I agree with that.
Pete, we needed you, brother. Why not? So I don't know. I'm just venting, man. I'm sorry.
No, you good. Don't say sorry. Don't apologize for nothing, man. You ain't offending nobody.
So still, let's talk about the looters, purpose looters and violence individuals have placed themselves in a peaceful protest just to distract from the peacefulness of the protest against lynchings of black people in America. How
Yeah.
y'all feel about that? Y'all feel?
They're called provocators, man.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not really a conspiracy theorist, but I done seen some videos out there that look a little strange.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
done seen some pictures that look a little strange, and I'm like, oh, what?
yeah.
I mean, looters come in all shades, colors, and all of that. You
Well,
know,
they definitely
it's
do,
it's
and they
not
got a
just
lot of videos of that too,
yes,
videos and pictures
yeah,
Yeah.
of who was doing that, who was breaking up stuff, who was writing on stuff, what was
Yeah.
going on. A lot of crazy stuff that I done seen,
But if
like
you've
straight up
seen, a
pictures.
lot of that is coming from people's cell phones. It's not coming from the news media. They're not
Of
showing
course,
the
Exactly,
of
side.
course not.
exactly,
They
exactly.
they don't want us. They don't want us in the good light. They
No.
don't want. They don't want us. They don't want us in the good light.
No.
They want us. They want to film us running out of buildings with stuff in our hand. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Cool.
They want that. Why not?
Cool.
It sells. It sells. It it sells, and it portrays their bottom line to
Right.
make us look a certain way. They don't want, like, come on, man. I mean, I seen a picture of, it was in LA before LA did their rebellion. There's like cinder blocks stacked up together. It's like 5 things of cinder blocks
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
stacked
yeah.
up together.
I seen that. Or the bricks. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
bricks.
brick, and they were like neatly stacked just before people was about to do their march. Neatly stacked. Where these bricks come from? Why are these bricks here for no reason, out of place for no reason? Because one of those provocators is going to act up, and then somebody's going to grab a brick, and then that's what they want. That's what they want.
So
So
Chris,
Gordon said, there's a global protest, an organization, money looking funny. That's why they're compromising.
hmm,
And I've seen people literally, I think it's like Berlin, people said London, like it's like a couple different countries, like coming out in droves.
Yeah.
So just like you said, you know what I mean? My man's name is changing the world.
Yeah. I mean, I saw a video in Nigeria. Nigeria's doing it too. Like,
I'm telling you, yo, it's a lot of
it is everywhere, man. People are tired of it, man.
but for them
I'm
to just think about this for a second, for somebody in a completely different country that's not really feeling that specifically, to feel that much, to get up and march still, bruh, that's telling you right there.
Yep.
That's telling you.
Yep.
So Chris said he thinks we all agree that good cops need to police the bad cops, and that is a huge issue in America. Do you feel that it's the same responsibility for the peaceful protesters to police people that are looting, rioting, and tarnishing the message?
Yes.
Yep.
And you when you look for it, you'll see videos of people doing just that.
I did.
People are catching these provocators and putting them online
And
and saying,
posting
look,
them to
and
the
posting and
police
saying,
department.
look, these people are doing this. We're not doing this. It's this guy
Exactly.
right here, not us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Take him.
they're policing it.
But
Yep.
you also got to understand, it's just like anything else. Only certain people are going to step up. Just like why we're in this
True.
situation right now, because only certain people are willing to step up.
True that.
So you can't expect everybody to be a superhero and stop people from breaking into stuff.
Yeah.
But
You're right.
you do got some good people that are going to do that. You know, I
You're
heard
gonna have opportunities.
yeah, I heard that they looted a black-owned grocery store in Philly, tore it apart. You know, and the dude was just like, mind you, it's the only grocery store that was in that part of the city. He brought it there because they didn't have a grocery store,
Right.
But
and they looted it.
you're gonna have opportunities.
Of
And
course, of course.
sometimes we like to say you got that 10% that ain't about nothing. They ain't really on nothing. They just out there to cause havoc. And I feel very sorry for whoever has to deal with that period, because of a lot of those places can't recoup.
Nah,
They won't recoup.
they won't.
Yep.
And you just tore them down and not really knowing the makeup of that business and who's in charge. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So
You want to know why still? Because them dudes are scared. Some don't have the money and they're scared. Period. Period. Point blank. And I wish. I was talking to a coworker, Big Jarman. What's up, homie? And we were saying it, man. Like, yo, like, I wish every black NFL player takes a knee. First
Not-
game of the year. First game of the year. Take a knee.
It's that's kind of mute on me now.
No. What I'm saying is to join in unison. You know what I'm saying? This show some type of unity. Not just one person do it. Not just one person stand with their fists up. Everybody do the same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
And see what happens, man. But we have some players out there are scared to lose money. They're scared to get suspended. They're scared to buck the system. That's just how it is, man. Especially if, let's say, if you're a rookie or a 2-year player, you're not making as much money, and you get suspended. All of a sudden, you don't have money. You're not going to be able to support your family. All of a sudden, you're out of the league. Yeah. So they're scared, man. So,
What's up, Maxwell?
What's up, Max?
He said there are videos of people doing just that. It's just not publicized on MSM. These provocateurs aren't even part of the community. They're starting this shit. Yep, that's true.
Yeah, they said that. They arrested people that wasn't even from the community.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy. But to go back to what Troy was saying, I'm like, that's a mute point of me now. Like, everybody kneeling now. So to get black players kneel, I'm not saying that they can't do it. I'm not saying it's a negative thing. Maybe I'm just, I'm usually the calm and methodical one, but I'm just like, yo, if all black players kneel now.
Whoa.
So we just going live.
You just going live? Huh? You just going live on live? Like, you fabricating all kinds of...
I'm talking about my emotions, bro. I usually out, like, I'm calm when it comes to thinking about situations and issues. I might not be calm like when it comes to whatever. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, like, they had that chance way back when Cap was doing it. Why wouldn't you do it then? You don't lose nothing by kneeling. Now I'm like, yo, if every black player right now said they wasn't going to play, what is the NFL going to do?
Bankrupt.
And that's what I'm saying. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Yeah. If every black player right now transferred out of your top tier schools and went to a historically black college, what's going to happen?
Yeah. And you know what? We'll talk about that, because I like you brought that up.
On black bodies for how long?
We're gonna talk about that.
How long are you gonna let them continue? How much money goes through these programs?
I like it.
That are significantly impacted by black bodies.
I love it. Let me answer still real quick, though. I thought I answered the question, big homie. Dudes are scared, man. They want to kneel. They want to kneel with him, but dudes are scared. But some dudes decide to stand up and, give the fist or something else. But I think dudes are scared.
So, Troy, how do you feel about people that are scared to stand out and say something? Like, how do you feel about that? Can you fault them?
I mean, I don't fault you. If it's not in you, it's not in you. You know what I mean?
True.
I wish you would stand up for something was right. You know what I'm saying? If that is you, I wish you would, because we need every single body. Need every single body.
Everybody.
Question. Now, just so everybody know, we are pro law enforcement. We are pro law enforcement. Nothing against law enforcement.
Nothing
good law enforcement.
Yes.
Good guys. The good ones.
Yeah.
We
shouldn't have to say that.
We shouldn't have to say that.
Nope.
How do you feel about the officers that don't step up when they see these wrongdoings going on?
You're a bad cop. You're a bad cop. You're a bad cop.
It's difficult. And I talked to my cousin Jay. Shout out to cousin Jay.
What up, Jay?
I talked to him yesterday about it. And he, I'm offering this up, but we talked. I asked him how he feel. We usually talk when I go like on long rides. He goes on long rides, and I wanted to know. We usually chop it up. I wanted to know how he felt about everything. And what he told me was, he started thinking. He was like, as a society, we're all a part of what's happening right now. And what he means is we are part of the good and we're part of the bad because we're all in that system together, is what he said. I disagreed with him, but I still want to put it out there, because I do agree with a lot of what he said, but basically he's saying we're all in that society. We all make up that society that says it's okay to do this, it's okay, not okay to do that, regardless of the good or the bad that one person is or is not doing, right?
Yeah.
And this is what I'll speak to because I was in the Marines, right? And the reason why I say that is because the Marines breathe to you from the day you start. We are all together. I don't care about nothing else outside of us. We all together. And still to this day, that's my band of brothers. And I'll say that because I don't care what they think about me. I'm still going to be there for them because that's what they instilled in me. So on the same, it's to an extent, it's a call. That's the same thing that happens with police, and that's what my cousin was trying to say to me, and I agree with him. So he's saying if he was that police officer just standing there, would he do something? Would your average person do something? I already know because I went at him. But I see your reaction, Troy. I went at him on that too. I said I don't care what you say, but you know what? I do also have to understand that everybody is not me. You in that system, if that's the system that you're accustomed to, that they teach you, how many people are really going to buck against that system? And even when you're doing something wrong, really, really stand up for that.
So
And
so so BMore, he says, do you feel the Marine vibe holds up outside the uniform?
oh, most definitely. What? Most definitely. We go. I'm gonna tell you like this. I go to the Marine Corps birthday every year. I go to the Marine Corps birthday every year um, in Philadelphia, where the birthplace is of the Marine Corps, Tum Tavern, 1775. And it doesn't matter whether you know that Marine or not. The camaraderie is there. I just went this last year and met up with a gentleman that I was in the Marines with. I ain't seen him in, I don't know what, since I've been out, close to 15 years or something like that. Then we hugged each other like, you know what I mean? It was natural. It was nothing to it. So most definitely, that camaraderie runs through you all day, all night, period.
Okay. Wow.
And that's why I can understand to some extent what the police might feel. I still disagree with the fact that you would allow, because my thing is this: it takes great character, it takes great constraint, it takes a lot to be a police officer. Without me being a police officer, I know that because you deal with the worst of society, and during that time, you have to hold your emotions for that person. You have to be able to still be professional for somebody that might spit in your face, shoot at you, whatever. After that, even if you shoot him, you got to change over and try to save his life. You know what kind of person it takes to do something like that? I know because I was in the military and I went to war in Iraqi freedom. I might didn't go to a high, um, a hot area where people were shooting at me, and I had to take them custody. But guess what? In any military, if you kill somebody unjustly, goodbye.
Yeah, you getting it, huh?
See you.
Yeah.
See you.
So so still says, until the world can view black people on this earth as human, us black people shall be looked upon as less than a domestic animal. And I believe as generations continue to teach their families regarding self worth over currency and love over all else, the negative racist world diminished greatly.
My bad. I know I've been talking for a while, but he
Nah,
absolutely
you good, man. You
yeah,
good,
he's
man.
absolutely
Hey,
right.
we just
When we,
rapping today, man.
when we talk about that situation with Amy Cooper, right? That's her name.
Who's Amy Cooper?
Uh,
Um, the
yeah,
lady with the
yeah,
dog
yeah. Amy Cooper.
Oh,
and the gentleman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
okay.
Central Park.
I got mixed feelings about that.
Ooh.
Do
Well,
you?
I
Ugh.
do
All
in
right.
a way.
But,
Okay.
but this is
explain
what I'm gonna say.
yourself.
Okay. So
This is what I'm
listen,
gonna say, right?
listen.
So, like
Huh?
when you talk about that, um, homegirl knew exactly what she was doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But on top of that, I feel like more people were outraged over the dog, what was happening to the dog, than they were about what actually happened.
I'm glad you said that, homeboy.
And that's why I said that. But
All right. So I only said I had mixed feelings about that whole Amy Cooper situation was because the conversation that happened prior to him actually recording, where he actually kind of made a little kind of a threat to her, and he actually put on his Twitter page the conversation, and he actually
okay,
said that if you don't do something, I'll do something, and then he started recording, and as he was trying to bait her dog over to him to basically give the dog treats or something like that. Um, so was she wrong? Yeah, she was dead wrong. But
He was saying do something about the dog,
he said if
not
you
not to her.
but he said if you don't do something, I'ma do something.
Yeah, I think he was referring
come
about the
on,
dog
man,
because the
come
dog
on.
was the dog was not supposed to be loose in that part of the park.
Right.
So he was like, "Yo, I'll put the dog on the leash
But
myself.
all right,
You're
so
not gonna do it."
Troy, you a
Mm,
dude, you out there in the middle somewhere, and you with your dog, and somebody say, "Yo, do something about your dog," or "I'ma do something." How
I'm
you gonna
asking,
take that?
I'm gonna ask, like, what you mean? Like, what you gonna do
But
with my dog?
you a big dude,
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask him, what are you talking about?
right?
I'm sure he's gonna say, "Yo, your dog needs to
But
be on a leash."
but everybody ain't gonna react
yo,
like you.
Possibly, possibly not.
that's
But I'm not gonna
definitely
I'm
true.
not gonna act like she did though. I'm not gonna do that,
You're
and
not
Do
gonna do
that.
that. You're right.
I'm not gonna be close to that.
I'm
But
not gonna
So
everybody,
kill him.
yeah.
you saw what she did. Like she was,
No,
Oh,
exactly.
she knew what she was doing. She knew
yeah,
that she
she
was.
knew
Yeah.
exact
But
octave
that's why I
changed,
said
everything changed.
it's two sides to every story. I'm always open to listen to both sides.
Oh, true.
And like I said, she was really dead wrong, but she knew what she was trying to do
Yeah,
to him. But he should approach it a little differently too. That's all I was saying.
yeah, possibly.
Yeah, it's possible.
Possibly.
All right,
Uh,
so Maxwell says, what are you guys' thoughts on many of these videos he's seen over the last week of white people, usually white women, speaking for Black Lives Matter movement? He's seen several and heated arguments where the one speaking for the BLM movement is on the white woman arguing with a black man, or a woman who's stepped into condemn vandalizing buildings and spraying the BLM graffiti on the walls.
what do you? I don't know. I need to know what he means exactly.
Um,
Like what position is each of them in? You know what I mean? Like when they're arguing, like are they on opposite sides? And then as far as spraying Black Lives Matter on the walls, I mean, it gives.
You
We
you
all
know
know
what?
that
You
it gives Black Lives Matter a bad name.
yeah, but you
mhm.
know what though? I don't. It's not even Black Lives Matter doing it though. It's those provocateurs doing it. Just like they're spraying "kill cops" on buildings.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Black Lives.
Max- Maxwell
He's
stupid.
stupid, yo. You stupid, man.
He'd be like, okay, all right.
But yeah,
Uh,
She did need an Oscar, right? She needed
yeah,
that Oscar.
she
I
played
don't
that thing up.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody should be graffitiing walls. Period. You know,
No,
No, I
not at
don't
all.
think so either.
Not at all.
I don't think
it's
so.
just
What does
Not at
that
all.
do?
it's not
Did you
going to
see
do
the
nothing.
video of I'm gonna say the color simply because it makes a difference in this specific area. It was a white lady spraying up a wall. and it was like 4 cops right there watching her spray the wall, and even gave a suggestion
I did see that.
that she should put Floyd's name on it.
Yeah, I did see that.
And I was like, I
I didn't see that, homie.
I mean,
okay,
I mean,
I didn't see that one.
But listen, we all,
all right.
anybody who has common sense knows that there's such thing as privilege.
Oh, most definitely.
We all know there is a such thing as privilege, and I think that for people to say there isn't, that I don't know where they live at.
It's not about where they live. That goes back to that experience thing. What did they experience? They don't see it. They don't want to see it. They got blinders on, man.
Yeah.
You know, on Facebook right now, they give you your history for that day. Anything you posted on that day, it comes back up, right?
Mm.
I looked at some things and I'm just like, well, my thought process was a little blocked right then at that point in time. You know what I mean? So it happened. Some people's eyes ain't open right now with what they think, how they feel, you know?
Yeah.
That's all I'll say to that.
But I will say this: I think that this situation here has opened up a lot more eyes.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that it's always a death that opens up their eyes.
Yeah.
But this was an open and shut case. You can see exactly what happened and why it should never have happened.
I don't know, man. The fix is in. The first corner done already said, oh, it was due to.
Yo, that was crazy, right?
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you right now.
They trying their best, man.
Yeah. I don't want anybody to sit in jail that's innocent. I don't, period. So when I say this, I really want him to get a fair trial. I really do. But we all watched that video, and it's kind of difficult for me to sit here and say, oh, he died because he had high blood pressure or whatever else. Like, huh? Yeah. So you mean to tell me if he was laying on the ground that day without a cop, he was just laying in bed today, he'd have died anyway?
Right.
Like, what are we talking about? Like,
right.
But I'm telling you right now, if he get off,
I don't think Keith Ellis is letting that dude. I don't think Keith Ellis is gonna let him off. I don't think he's gonna let him off.
What would y'all think would be a justified sentence?
I mean, I don't know.
He's up for second degree murder. I think he gets all of that second degree. He gets all that 25. That's just me personally. Yeah. To say, look, this is no longer tolerated, man. This is no longer tolerated.
That has to be across the board. It can't just be this one thing.
Right.
Like, it has to be across the board. And people are acting swiftly. Like, mayors are not playing. Well, some mayors. I can't say all mayors.
Yeah.
Some mayors are not playing it because they had a video of a Morehouse, and I think.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
In a car.
Yeah, it took them what, like 2 days? It took them like 2 days.
Yeah, they was done. It's a wrap.
They just pressed charges against all 5 of them. The DA today.
Okay.
So yeah, they're not playing no more.
No more. We not they like, and that's what you need accountability. You see what I'm saying? That's it.
Gordon said, did y'all see Just Mercy? I haven't watched that yet.
I did.
No, not yet.
I don't know if I want to watch it, but
what is it about?
Yeah, I saw it being aired. I think it's got I forget who's in that movie, but it's about somebody goes to jail. I know goes to jail unjustly.
Yeah,
unjustly. Yeah.
Oh, is that the one? Not Jamie Foxx. Who?
I think that's the is it Michael B, right?
Yeah, it's got Michael B. Jordan in it. Yep.
And Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Michael B.
Yeah, I knew it had something to do with Jamie Foxx. All right, so
but
did it open more eyes, or did people become more fearful and want to make sure they are safe around their black peers? Nah, I think it definitely opened more eyes.
Yeah, man.
I definitely think it opened more eyes. I think it's sad that it took something very blatant, because with the other ones, with your Trayvon Martin cases, with your other cases, it was kind of questionable, to some people, not to everybody. To some people that couldn't see, it was rather questionable.
Right.
So that still left a reasonable doubt in their mind. But with this one, there was no question. There was no question at all. So people could see very, very clearly. It was no, oh, I think, or maybe happenstance, or it wasn't none of that in this.
Yeah.
It was
None.
pretty much clear cut.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that really allowed a lot of people to see.
Yep. People are tired, man. And I tell you what, me and Jade had this discussion a couple of days ago when he mentioned that his wife said his daughter is ultra progressive. Right?
Yeah.
Y'all raising
Yo, my daughter snapped on me, bruh.
What do you mean she snapped?
Yo, because I was like,
Not just her, it's this generation.
yo, like I was like, I said, so why are they protesting? I was asking her a question. I was like, so why are they protesting in Philly and this when it happened over here? And she's like, because they're making a point. People need to know what's going on. And I was like, oh, give my neck back, please. Like, yo, my daughter is like, she ain't playing no games.
Yeah.
Where's she at? Get on the mic. Where's she at? Get on the mic. I want to hear something real quick. I want to hear something.
Yo, I'm gonna have to bring her on one day, but
Yeah.
she doesn't play any games about people's rights being violated.
Hey, but this is the generation.
I'm telling
This
you
is
right
the
now.
one.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
Our grandparents went through it. They went through the civil rights. Our parents went through some turmoil. We've tried our best to walk and sit and do whatever we had to do to get justice for every human being.
Right.
This is a generation. The old ways of racist, old white men at 80 years old, they're dying off, man. And it's evident. It's evident when you see these people walking together with black people. There's white, there's Spanish, there's Asian. Everybody's together.
Everybody was out
This
there.
is the generation to do it. If change is going to happen, this is it. This is the one that's going to make the change, man.
Yep.
I believe it, man. I'm behind them, man. 130%. I'm behind them, man. This is the one. Your daughter is the one. My daughter's the one. BMore's daughter is the one. His son is the one. Your son, my son. This is the generation that's going to make the change. That's what I believe, man. That's what I believe.
Okay. Maxwell said, this is one video that you didn't need to see what happened prior to be appalled and condemn this fool. You're right. We didn't need to see it.
No, you did.
We did.
You did.
Philando
absolutely
Castile, we didn't need to see that one. There's so many videos out there that we did not need to see.
Nope.
And it's like
completely out.
Really? Yeah, it's scary. It's
Yep.
scary. I hope you're right, Troy, about this generation because I still worry about my kids. Worry about my kids.
Yeah. We're going to worry about them. Yep,
Yeah.
we are. We are.
Natural.
We are because we've seen so much turmoil, especially in the past year. Just so much turmoil. So you worry about them, man. But this generation is smart. They're aggressive. They're progressive as crap. Like I said, man, that old way of racism is fading away, man. And I believe that. I believe that, man.
I believe it. We're chipping away. It might not be as fast as it needs
not
to
all,
be.
yeah, but
it's chipping.
Yep.
It's chipping. Slowly but surely it's chipping.
Now Still says he's talking about the people over top of these officers taking on responsibility for allowing this to happen.
Talking about that police officer because he has you know what I mean? But my thing with that is anything you could probably look at a lot of police officers and see that.
Yeah.
And I'll say that what you really don't see sometimes is the whole story. So just because they looked up how many things he has on him doesn't really say the picture. You know what I mean? Because somebody could not like you. You see him all the time, right? You end up arresting him, and then he puts in something on you. Is it just or is it just there? So we got to be careful with that too. We got to really think about that. Right. But I do want to shout out I think Millville and Violin, close to us, we're in South Jersey. They did their protest. Millville's was a couple days ago. Violin was today. Both peaceful. No rioting, no looting. Police walking with, so shout
Yeah.
out to those two cities.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that was smart. That was smart for them to do that too. To show solidarity amongst them. So
Yeah.
it's not all, f the police and none of that stuff. It's
Yep.
No,
it's bigger.
and
than
we know
that.
that.
It's way bigger than that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
It's way, way
and
bigger.
I'm glad you gave a shout. I'd like to give a shout out to the chief of police in Camden County, Camden City, Joe Wasaki. Give a shout out to him. The other day, he did the same thing, man. Went out in Camden, got on top of it, walked with the people, and I think I said it to Jay too. Like, and I said to a coworker, this is before they even started doing it. I was like, yo, why don't they just throw down their shields, throw down their guns, throw down the riot gear, and just walk with the people, man. Just walk with the people, talk with the people, get to know the people.
We need community policing.
Community
Yeah.
policing.
So
That's
therefore,
what we
walk with the people, man.
Yeah.
Walk with
They
them.
said Salem too.
Learn them.
Salem too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Salem.
Yeah. Settle.
Yup.
And we need cops back walking the beat, walking the streets, getting to know everybody.
Yeah, man.
Well, I mean, it's like anything. Again,
Yeah.
I don't want to keep saying military, but once you learn and know the person that's next to you, once you know they have a family, they have kids, they have a loved one, they have a mother, once you understand some of their struggles, guess what you start to do automatically? You start to care about that person.
Yep. Show some empathy.
So when police start knowing these people, you naturally start to care for them, period.
Yeah.
Period. You know them. Whether it's a good person that always is doing something bad, or whether it's somebody that's not, and it's just somebody sitting in the community.
Yep.
So question, fellas. Do y'all see color?
So come on.
I mean that's a natural thing. You're going to see color.
Who doesn't? Yeah, you see.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's one of those things, right? So it's always a saying, right?
Mhm.
It's always going to be a saying, and somebody's going to agree or not agree. Some people agree with saying, "I can't breathe." Other people don't believe in that saying. You know what I mean? Like it's always going to be somebody that either agrees with the saying or not.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I get the sentiment when people say they don't see color. What they're really trying to say is, I'm not that person that's going to be racist simply because you're black. So you got to look at that sometimes, and don't worry about the little, just the saying that you don't.
Yeah.
I see Mr. Stevenson is talking about somebody he knows that's black got ran off the road by another black man. It's crazy people everywhere, in all colors.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, that's why we don't even address black on black crime. It's just crime.
It's just crime.
It's just crime.
Thank you.
There's no such thing as black on black crime. It's
Yeah.
just crime.
Just crime.
We don't say white on white crime. We don't say Asian on Asian. You commit crime against your own community majority of the time. You don't
But did he
need to go
say he was a
outside.
Marine?
He's
Did
a
I
Marine.
read that?
Yeah. Shot him out, yo.
Yacht.
Shouts out to Mr. Stevenson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Thanks for serving, homie. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, but it's like I said, it's crazy people everywhere.
Yep.
Oh, most definitely.
We just
Yep.
gotta stick together. We've made it this far because we stuck together. We just gotta keep doing it.
Yep.
We just gotta keep doing it.
Yep.
I agree.
We all depend on each other.
I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
Part of that
I agree.
society thing,
yeah,
Yeah. Do or die, simplify, do or die, baby. Yeah. You already.
So Gordon said, did y'all hear about the white people that are losing their jobs, scholarships, and college acceptance for their racial comments on the new Floyd challenge? Floyd challenge?
Yes.
They take
I
pics like
saw
a
it.
cop on
They-
their friend's neck.
Yes. I seen it.
What the f-
I seen it.
Wow.
Seen it. Yep.
So there's a
See that? You see that? You see, Mr. Kelly? You love me already because he knows. He don't need to know me. He don't need to know me. All he know is that I went through boot camp at Paris Island or San Diego, but we all know Paris Island is the real Marine Corps. You know what I'm saying? But he already loved me because he know that's that. I'm telling you, that's that pride in being a Marine. We're cult, man. I'm telling you right now.
So I'm still stumped by this Floyd challenge. Like,
Yeah,
I can't believe they let
yeah.
stuff like that be on the internet.
I can't even answer that, man. I can't even answer that. Like,
But see, this goes
wh-
back to something that Tosin said earlier. He thinks that racism is going to end, and I really don't think it's ever going to end.
I,
Let's just be realists. There's
yeah,
always going to
yeah.
be a
It's
sector
always
of
going to be something there.
there's always
Yeah.
going to be a
you know,
sector of society that thinks they're better than another sector. Like, if they can't separate you by race, they're going to separate you by religion. They're gonna find a way to separate you.
I mean, we're already separated by religion too, so
Yes, yes.
but is
So
that racism though? That
that's not
doesn't mean
racism.
racism
Yeah,
couldn't
it's not
end.
racism.
You'll probably never end prejudice.
well, that too.
You
Yeah.
probably will never end that because all that is prejudging.
I
But
got you. I agree with that.
I'm not going to say that you can't end racism
I
specifically.
agree with that.
And the reason why I say that is there's so much history in this world, right? I mean, regardless of what you prescribe to, because history is his story, right? But we all know that there was a time, and I don't think anybody disagrees that there was an ancient African civilization in Kemet, which we all know as Egypt now, but thousands of years, thousands of years,
How many years?
thousands, not hundreds, thousands of years,
You had to go
you
through
Thousands.
know, of
that.
people doing what they, what I mean, doing what they do, and that's people of our color. You know what I'm saying? So don't get me wrong, it's been a long time coming, and we're living in those days where maybe people of our color are not in a position to, in a great position, period. But when we really think about it, 500 years ain't that long when you talk about it. So we're just in that position right as of now. What's going to happen in the next 500 years? What's going to happen in the next 1,000 years? When we talk about it in the grand scheme of things, that's like a short time. It's long to us, it's a short time. So I definitely think that it's possible.
Yeah. Thousands.
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 so,
You
so,
Leave me
almost sound like
alone,
you
man.
almost
Leave
sound
me
like
alone.
Arnold. Almost
Leave me
sound like
alone.
Arnold doing that. Thousands.
so
It is not a
still
tumor.
said he wants to know what we think of, we need to heal in improving our situation within this country and in this world. What do we?
It
Whew.
starts locally, man.
Yeah.
Period. And then once we get locally, as far as policies, voting, then we get hit federal, man. So it go nationwide. Period.
It
But we
also
have to
starts,
bang it out locally first.
but it also
Locally,
starts with the judicial system. Period.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So our police departments locally, these it, you know what I'm saying? And then it'll branch out.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Even down to the court system, like you have different laws for different states. Let's end all these different laws. Like they need to revisit the penalties and the punishments for these laws as well.
I'll say this. We need to heal ourselves. We need to heal ourselves.
How we do that?
Um, that's not easy. I don't even know if I have the answer to that. But each person needs to look internally and really understand what makes them tick. Um, Back to what my cousin was saying, that we're all a part of this society and what makes up what's what and what happened. Look at yourself, because we always want to point the finger, is another thing that he said, which I agree with. We always want to point the finger at somebody else um, about what's wrong. But are you pointing the finger to yourself about what you're doing or not doing? So you got to start with yourself. When you start with yourself, you got to start with your family, the people that's around you, your children,
Definitely your children.
and
Definitely.
then you can kind of branch out. Because if you ain't fixing yourself, you're trying to fix everybody else. It's kind of
Yeah.
Hmm. I got a question. Dakota, actually, his name is Rain Dakota Prescott. Today, donated $1 million to uh, police training to combat systemic
Mm.
racism. What do you guys think of that?
I think it
Let me repeat it so it can
Nah, I know
can
exactly.
marinate.
I'm
So it can
cool
marinate.
with it. I'm cool with it.
Okay.
I think it helps, but I don't think it's going to solve the problem. I think the fact that you have police officers from different areas coming into other areas that they're not familiar with and trying to police them is a problem. I think that when you're approached by a different culture that you're not familiar with, you might react differently. So I don't know if training them is actually going to fix the problem when you weren't brought up in that environment.
You don't
Then
necessarily have to be brought up in that environment. And this is what I'll say, because again, training can really put you in a position uh, to understand and to win. So when you get some sort of training on a different perspective, and good training, not just, you know what I mean? 'Cause my coach, my football coach, used to always say, people always say practice makes perfect, but it's not actually true
that's false.
because that's false. Because if you practicing the wrong thing, you're gonna do the wrong thing when it comes to you. Perfect practice makes perfect.
It's got to be perfect.
So when you get training, you got to get good training. But if you get good training and real training, that should help.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That should help.
It would
Not
definitely help.
not run of the mill training. I'm talking about real training on what to do, how to react, how to treat people. That doesn't change who you are as a person,
Yeah.
and that might be hard. But training should do something.
Right.
All
But
right.
but
So
but you also understand what I mean by like BMore, you from the city.
mhm.
Yeah,
You can go to any city and be comfortable because you were brought up in that environment.
yeah,
Whereas if you're not from the city, you're not going to be as comfortable as they wouldn't be as comfortable as you. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So that's what I mean.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
can't train that. That was
No.
Okay,
that was that's
I
in
get
you.
what you're saying. All right, I get what you're saying. True, that's
Yeah.
true.
You know
But
how
it
to
would help.
you know how to read people. You know when people trying to play you. You know all
Hmm.
those the hustles. You know all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a little different.
Yeah.
What you about to say, Troy?
Maxwell wanted me to repeat it. I told him, Rain Dakota Prescott pledged $1 million for police training to combat systematic racism through education. I asked the fellas what they thought about that. So that's where
Yeah,
we're at right now.
yeah.
Uh,
What you think about it, Troy? Since you asked the question.
Yeah.
I'm a little torn by it, man.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I mean, yes, you want them to have as much training as possible. Um, but I would have thought they already got that type of training through their 6 months of getting police training. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, you gotta basically become a social worker. You gotta become an
Yeah.
authoritarian. There's a lot of hats you have to wear.
Yeah.
And I would have thought they would get that type of sensitivity training already within that 6 weeks. I mean, that's 6 month training. But if he wants to add some more into it to help it out, so be it. You know what I mean? That's why I was kind of torn about it because I thought they will already get that type of training. Thanks, Mr. Stevenson.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, definitely.
Go make that dough.
You would now you would think that they would have gotten that type of training, but
I mean, evident is not. It's not. They're not getting that type of
they're not
training.
getting it.
Yeah.
They're
You,
not
you
getting it.
it's hard to undo everything that you've learned um in your life. Everything the decisions you make, everything is of your experience and everything that you experienced through your life. So if you experience your life, like Jay was saying, through how do I put this? Well, through certain eyes, through certain goggles, right?
Yeah.
And you got 20 other goggles out there. It's going to be hard for you to try to see it through some different type of goggle. You know what I mean? You can get training on that, but it's still going to be hard for you to be like, like what's going on? You know, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get there, man.
One day.
I believe it.
I do. I got hope, man. I
believe
got
it.
faith.
Yeah, I got hope. I got hope, man.
I'm definitely an optimist.
I got hope, man. I got hope, man. It's been rough. It's been a rough couple. You know what I'm saying? It's been rough, man.
Yeah.
It's been rough. It's been rough. Now you got to explain certain things to your children. You're at work. You can feel the tension at work. Like you can feel the tension just walking in stores. It's there, man. It's thick. It's thick.
Talk about that. Talk about that real quick.
You know where we work, and I hope they're listening. There's a lot of good old boy mentality where we work. Just the good old boy mentality, and we know what that means. And they say a lot of indignant stuff they're probably not sure of. If you don't know and not willing to get to know, then you're a bad person, man. You're not with the progress, man. And you guys know who I'm talking about. Go take a look in the mirror, man. I see you guys every other day at work. BMore too. Don't be alone in this. Don't get left out. The world is moving on, man. You gonna hop on this train or not? You can look at videos and whatnot and laugh at them. You could talk about minorities looting. Look what they're doing now. We ain't the only ones doing it. Believe what you see on that. Believe what you see on Fox News if you want. Shit. Believe CNN if you want. Find out the real information for yourself. And then you make your own opinions about stuff.
Facts.
What you got on that, B?
Have a conversation with somebody. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Have a conversation with somebody. Don't be afraid to do that. And
That's
again, I say, don't be afraid to stand on your 2 feet in what you actually believe in.
Yeah.
But make it known.
But the thing is, we can have that conversation where you're not going to break, and that's okay.
That's fine.
At least you know where I'm coming from, and I know where you're coming from.
Exactly.
Don't
have the conversation at least. Don't be afraid to do that at least.
Don't be afraid to do that at least. That's all I ask. The tension is thick everywhere, man. The tension is thick.
Oh man. Oh man.
Thick.
People on edge. People on edge.
Man. Yeah.
I ain't the most approachable anyway, but I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
I don't care what it's about. You know, people that really know me, I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah, I was talking to a cat. I was leaving work. He was telling me a couple of dudes at the job unfriend him on Facebook. Because he's on our side. He's on our side of the ledger. Come on. Like what?
But see, that's the problem.
Like what? Like what?
People aren't willing to sit down and talk.
My thing is, are you about human decency or not? Are you about human decency or not? If you're not about human decency, okay then. Okay.
I mean, personally, me, I don't care. I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Just don't pussyfoot around it with me. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't care where you stand. I don't care, but don't pussyfoot around it.
Yep.
Don't act like, no, stand on your 2 feet as a man or a woman and say how you feel.
Yep.
Make it known. That's all I ask. I don't care where you
Hey.
stand, what side it is, whatever.
We can address you accordingly.
Accordingly. Exactly. That's all I need. I don't need nothing else.
We can address you.
I don't need nothing else.
Just say.
And I won't be mad at you. I won't be mad at you.
It's a working relationship.
What? If something is happening, I'm still gonna help you.
Exactly.
Because that's the type of person I am.
It's a working relationship. We'll
You know what I mean?
That's it. What you got on that, Jay? You got anything?
Yeah, he do, cause he had a face when he said something about
I see you bite your lip.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand people that think the way those people think. I don't get it.
But see, that's the problem, and that's what we're talking about. That's why the conversation needs to be had.
Right.
Because I can easily sit here and be like, I have my feelings and that's it. And if you feel this way, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you. I don't nothing.
Right.
But you know what? Nothing is gained by that. Nothing. And that's why I'm always willing to have that conversation. At the end of that conversation, I'm not going to say I'm agree with you. But guess what? At least we had the conversation. At least I know where you stand. At least that. If nothing else.
Yep.
Maybe I might see your point. Maybe you might see my point.
Yep.
But if you don't have the conversation, nothing goes nowhere. And I learned that not only through life experiences, but I've heard from people. I watched the show. I think I sent it to y'all, but it was a show I told y'all to watch. And
about the midgets.
What about the midgets wrestling?
Not that one. It's another one. You know what I'm saying? But it's just I told y'all to watch, and it was very insightful. Where a guy was racist, and he ended up when he went to jail. I think it was something like that. And he got out of jail, and a guy hired him, and it was the exact people that he was against. But that guy didn't care at that point. He just needed a worker. So throughout everything, eventually the guy was just like, yo, this person is a good person. I'm no longer what I used to be. And if the person that he was against from the beginning didn't take a chance and didn't just be like, I don't care what you are, I'm going to take the time to treat you like everybody else, maybe he would have never changed.
Yeah.
Change ain't gonna happen when you just sitting on the other side and hating the other side. Yeah. That's opposed to you. Not gonna happen like that. And that's why I always keep my doors open. That's why I'm always willing to listen. Period.
Yeah, I'm always up to a conversation. Always. For good or bad, man. I mean, only how we gonna progress and get through some things is through sit downs, man.
I mean, y'all see, even with us, we don't
just chop it up.
We don't always agree with each other, but we
don't.
Still
we don't.
Yeah, we don't.
You know.
Yo,
but that's the beauty of this world.
I done had conversations with Troy. I've been like, man, what is Lee up to? Like, what's going on? I done had conversations with Lee. Like, yo, what's going on with Troy right now? Like, what's going on? They're serious, but I still love both of them.
For sure.
Straight up and down.
Love for y'all, straight up.
Absolutely.
Straight up.
Absolutely.
Colbert wants to know how we feel about MAGA hats. I don't feel
Bro.
about them. I could care less about it.
Yeah, man. If you want to wear it, go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't care about them, but at the same time, I'm gonna tell you right now. Every time I see a red hat now, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see what's up.
To me, it feels like a Confederate flag to me. Honestly, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's why. And on that note, with Joe Biden, I had no problem with him. What he said at the end of that interview, when he said, what did he say?
What did he say?
He said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black or something that.
Yeah. You ain't black.
He said, if you have a hard time deciding on voting
for
Trump, You ain't black. I had no problem. I thought it was hilarious.
I might have had a little problem with it, but it is what it is. He
Yeah.
said what he said,
I mean, of
right?
course, he can't tell you how to be black, but
But it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
What it is. Look, one thing I said is, like one of my other principles is, you got to be able to listen to anybody, whether it's an enemy, whether it's a friend, whatever. You got to be able to listen to it, because all your lessons are not going to come from your friends and people that you like. Some of your lessons are going to come from people that you don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be able to listen to all of it and be able to take that message, period.
Oh, definitely. Maxwell said, lack of dialogue is a huge issue these days. I've never seen the country so polarized. It's important to have dialogue, especially with opposing views. But it seems people have their heels dug in and don't hear each other. That's facts.
Yeah, it's facts.
Definitely.
Facts.
They're listening, but they're not hearing.
Yep.
They're
Totally
not
two
hearing
different
at all.
things.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's factual.
Yep.
He says, with exception of me, you two have 12 plus hours at work where you're getting paid. Hilarious. Okay, he said he can't even wear his Phillies hat.
Nah, don't wear them bums. They bums.
Ho.
Don't wear them bums. Matter of fact, what is a Philly? Like, what is that?
Let's make Philly great again.
Hey, crucial keys. What's that, man? What is that, man?
It's that thing, man. It's with the nose.
Like, what is that?
You know what
it was an R bark? Like, it was an R bark? What is that thing, man?
Don't be hating on my Phillies, man. Don't be hating
Why
on my
you
Phillies.
can't wear the Phillies cap anymore? Why you can't wear that? What's up with that?
Because it's red and
It's
you might
red.
think it's a MAGA.
It's red.
Oh, no, you can wear that, man. You can wear that.
You could tell. You could tell what's the MAGA hat.
And we see that it's Phillies, you good, man. It got that P on it. You know what I mean? We good.
Oh, man. Well, this been real, fellas. It's been a real good talk.
We went a little over today, didn't we?
We did.
We
But
try to keep it to an hour, but
yeah, we had
some things that need to be said.
had a lot on the mind. Yeah.
Yo, before we break, you mind if I take like 2 minutes?
Sure.
No,
do
this
your thing.
final thoughts. You got it.
True indeed.
He talking trash on Phillies too.
They're the worst, man. I mentioned that this week has been this month has been challenging for everyone, right? This last 24 hours has been pretty challenging for me. And the reason why is because last night, my big brother lost his wife.
Oh, shit. Sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah,
So I just want to say something to him, my two nephews, and my niece. To my nephew and niece, Jay, Amon, and Les, your mother was an angel. Your mother was a beautiful human being. She taught you everything about being a beautiful person. And don't you forget that. Always love your mother. Always remember your mother. Remember who she is. Remember what she taught you guys. She'll be missed like crazy. She will want you to move on. She will want you to be strong and continue to grow up to be beautiful people. Now to my big brother. I know you're in pain, big bro. And I'm here for you. Like I told you before, you have a circle of friends, but then you have a band of brothers. And we're going to march to your house like we always done. And we're going to take care of each other. No worries, man. I love you dearly. Charlene loved you dearly. But you're going to make it through. You're going to get through this. I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to take care of some business, man. I love you, boy. Niece and nephews, I love y'all. And that's it, man. Thanks, fellas.
No doubt.
No thanks needed, man. No thanks needed.
Yeah.
And that was me and Lee as well, first time hearing that. We didn't know. We knew he was dealing with something. He said he would tell us, but he decided to do it that way. You know that it's heartfelt when I say, we're here for you, brother. Anything that you need, we're here.
Yeah.
We're a community. We're a community. We brothers. And I mean that. So anything you need, you let us know. All right?
Appreciate you, boys.
Definitely.
I'll pass it on to my big bro, man. We want to form like Voltron, take care of him. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. So, what I'd like to do right now is take 30 seconds. 30 seconds in memory for those that are dying from COVID, memory of those that have died from police brutality, memory of those that have died, period. Family members, everybody. So if anybody can give me 30 seconds of silence, I'd appreciate that. Start now. All right, people, I thank you. I appreciate you all that's watching. I appreciate all y'all that tune in. I hope and know that y'all know that we are sincere in everything that we talk about and everything that we give to y'all. I know your hearts go out to Detroit on this time and his family and his people. Y'all know what type of character that he holds. So we're going to keep whatever you do, whether you pray, whatever. We're going to keep all of that, you know, in our favor for right now. All right. This is Smoking Mirrors Uncut. We're signing off. Love y'all. Be safe out there.